Now, the most expensive NFL stadium deal in US history might not be in New York or Los Angeles, but in Washington, D.C. A $3 billion makeover is now in motion to bring the Washington Commanders back to their old home turf. With $2.5 billion from the team and up to $850 million in public funds, the plan goes beyond football. It aims to transform 180 acres of riverfront land into a massive sports and entertainment district. Demolition of RFK Stadium is already underway, and the new stadium could open by 2030. But here's the twist: 67% of local residents don't like it. So, why is the city still moving ahead full speed? Will this billion-dollar bet reshape DC's future or divide it? So let's take an in-depth look inside the most controversial stadium project in America. The Washington Commanders are more than just a football team. They're part of history, a legacy that started back in 1932 and found a home on the banks of the Anacostia River by 1961. And for 35 years, RFK Stadium was the heart of that story. It echoed with cheers, celebrated victories, and painful losses. It's where the team brought home 3 Super Bowl trophies and gave fans in DC something to believe in. But what happens when time catches up with a legend? By the mid-1990s, RFK was no longer the same. The stadium that once shook with noise from die-hard fans had started to crumble. It wasn't built for the future. It couldn't keep up with newer, flashier stadiums. So in 1997, the Commanders moved out. They left the city behind for a massive new home in Maryland, FedEx Field. It sounded like a great idea: more seats, better access, a fresh start. But did it really deliver? Well, no. Instead of excitement, fans got long walks, endless traffic, and a stadium that felt cold and disconnected. It looked big, but didn't feel like home. The views were bad, the energy was missing, and it never matched the magic of RFK. So fans kept looking back, wondering, could they ever return to the city? Could they bring the spirit of RFK back to life? Now, after years of waiting, that dream is closer than ever. In January 2025, demolition crews began tearing down the old, crumbling RFK structure. It wasn't an ordinary site. It spanned 190 acres and was once federal property, but everything changed when it was handed over to DC under a 99-year lease signed into law by President Biden. That moment didn't only clear a way to debris, it removed years of legal roadblocks. So, what happens now? Well, the Commanders are ready to step in. Under new ownership led by Josh Harris, the team is thinking about coming back to its spiritual home. Harris even called RFK a reasonable target, and with their lease at FedEx Field ending in 2027, time's running out. But is this really just about going back? Well, like my previous answer, no. Not quite. The site is now wide open for something bigger. The plan is not to just build a stadium. It includes homes, stores, parks, green spaces, and a venue for football, concerts, festivals, and more. It's a place built for the future of the city. Still, big questions remain. What exactly should this new stadium become? At the heart of the RFK makeover lies a bold proposal. A new $3 billion stadium, massive, modern, and designed to host more than just football. Imagine it, a 70,000-seater NFL stadium, maybe even topped with a clear dome, turning into a place where sports, music, and community can all come together. But that's just the beginning. Because here's the twist. It's not just about the stadium. The Commanders wouldn't only play there. They'd become the master developers of this entire 180-acre site. And that means building an entire neighborhood from the ground up. We're talking about luxury condos, places to shop, spots to grab a bite, green parks, and spaces for all kinds of events. The stadium would be the centerpiece of something much bigger. A place where people live, work, and hang out. And the location? I mean, it's got some serious views. Early designs show the stadium facing the Capitol and the Anacostia River, with giant windows framing some of DC's most famous landmarks. It's built to feel like it's a part of the city's identity. I mean, it sounds like a dream, right? Well, here's the thing though, it's already in motion. And according to the current plan, the team would have to pay up to $2.5 billion to build the stadium. Meanwhile though, DC would chip in up to $850 million, but only for eligible infrastructure. That means roads, utilities, public spaces, parking, not the stadium itself, but everything around it. So how will the city pay for all of this? Well, the answer comes in 2 parts. $500 million will be paid between 2026 and 2030, and the rest, $350 million, will come in 2032. That money will come from taxes collected in the new district. And if all goes according to plan, the Commanders can move into their brand new home by the fall of 2030. But this isn't only about football. This stadium is being designed for way more than NFL games. Think Super Bowls, concerts, big soccer matches, even giant conventions. And that's why people are calling it a national stadium. It's not just about concretes and chairs either. Design plans show underground parking, walking paths, even green spaces that stretch all the way up to the river. It's made to be open for everyone. No fences, no walls, just a space that people can enjoy, even when there's no game. Inside, fans will see big changes too. Wider seats, better food service, new clubs, like the 1932 lounge and a VIP tunnel that goes right onto the field, which is really cool. There will be even better sound systems and upgraded suites, which is pretty cool, right? But not everyone is on board, and when it comes to getting something this big approved in Washington, D.C., that's where things start to get tricky. This project is tangled in legal issues, political fights, and public pushback. So what's the first problem? Well, it's money. Even though the team is paying for most of the stadium, DC would still have to spend $850 million in taxpayer money, and right now, the city is facing a $410 million in budget cuts. That means fewer new hires, fewer new services, and less money to go around. So a lot of people are asking the same question. Why should regular folks help billionaires build a stadium? Groups like Homes Not Stadiums are speaking up. They believe the land should be used for other things, like houses, parks, public spaces, not just football. A 2024 survey shows they're not alone. About 67% of people living nearby don't want a new stadium at the old RFK site. Their worries? Noise, more traffic, more crime, and they fear being pushed out as the area changes. But not everyone agrees. Developers and city leaders say the stadium could be a turning point for DC. In fact, the city's 2022 sports report said, sports already brings in $5 billion each year and pull in 7.4 million visitors. A brand new Commander Stadium could add another $1.26 billion every year, creating more than 2,000 new jobs and raise property values around the city. And Mayor Muriel Bowser, she's all in. She believes the stadium could help bring back DC's pride and rebuild the city's football legacy. But the catch is, she does not get the final say though. Even if the team and the city wants to move forward, there's still one big hurdle. Any deal has to be approved by the DC Council. And that's not a sure thing, because the council leans progressive and doesn't like giving money to sports teams. Even if it's just for roads and sewers, helping a private franchise during tough economic times could look bad. And then there's the clock. The old RFK Stadium is finally coming down, but that's not easy. Crews are dealing with dangerous materials, broken concrete, and rusty steel. It's a slow job, talking about 18 to 22 months to finish. And only after that can the land be ready for new work. So, when could construction start? Well, if things go well, maybe by late 2026, and that would mean a new stadium could open in 2030, but what if there's a tiny delay? Even a short holdup could push the opening past that date, which might force the team to stay longer in Maryland. And Maryland isn't just watching from the sidelines. Governor Wes Moores wants the team to stay right where they are. He's offering a new stadium on the current FedEx Field site. Maryland says the team can keep the land and build what they want, as long as they pay to tear down the old place if they leave. In return, the state wants something big, a major investment in Landover, no matter what. Virginia's still in the mix, and let's be honest, most signs are pointing towards DC. Still, it's not over yet. Even if the major and the team shake hands, legal fights could pop up. Some groups want a citywide vote to block any stadium at the RFK site, and that could stop everything. What do you think about the Commander's new stadium plan? Will it reshape DC or cause more division? Let us know down in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates.